Hello, my name is Jenny Harper and I'm one of the Diversity and Inclusion Ambassadors for the SWWDTP, South West Wales Doctoral Training Partnership. So just to briefly introduce myself, so I am involved in a Collaborative Doctoral Award and at University of Reading and Exeter, and I'm involved in a part-time basis, so it's over 6 years, and I'm an English literature specialist. So I'm a little bit unusual in that I'm obviously a mature student, so I did my BA in the 20s and then had a career in sales for almost 20 years. I returned to academia in my late 40s after completing an MA, and the MA really stimulated my interest in research, and the Collaborative Doctoral Award that I applied for was an especially good fit for what I was interested in. So also I wanted to fully explore the potentialities of my discipline, English literature. So as an older mature student, I was interested in sort of pushing things as far as I could go, as far as kind of achievement and scholarly sort of interest. And I come from a working class background, so for instance my nan was a dinner lady and I was a free school meals child, and I wanted to write about the working classes from the perspective of a working class person and to make a contribution to knowledge in this less studied field. So the Collaborative Doctoral Award I'm involved in very much focuses on that. So it was a really good fit, although my sort of path to academia was a little bit unusual, I guess. As a mature student, I was concerned I would have forgotten everything I'd learned on my BA 25 years ago, and also that a PhD programme might be elitist. I had some imposter syndrome given my working class background, and when I attended university at Hampton in the 90s, there were quite a few posh people around, so I had a bit of a memory of that. However, what I discovered is there actually are more mature, there are many mature students at DTP and at the University of Reading from all walks of life, so it's actually a lot more diverse than you might think. And the DTP is particularly diverse, so it's reassuring that they do actually really seek out differences. Also, in my line of work, I research in the working classes, and coming from that background was actually a big advantage because it makes my work more authentic. So it's actually a strength rather than a weakness, which is good. I was successful first time, mainly because I applied for a Collaborative Doctoral Award, which I think I was a really good fit for. So that was, I would say, if you're gonna go for it, then you need to if it's a Collaborative Doctoral Award, there's an existing project, and you need to really feel as if that resonates with you. And if you're creating your own projects, then I would recommend you really have to be passionate about it and believe that it will work. So, because it is a long process, and there are times when you have to be resilient. So, I think being successful in getting through the application process is, in many ways, governed by having a very strong proposal, and you need to feel that it is a strong proposal yourself. So, I also contacted a SWWDTP student who was from my old university, and who had successfully got onto the programme, and asked her for some top tips. So I would say, make a contact. Don't sort of bombard them as such, because they're obviously busy people, but just ask them sort of pertinent questions and get a bit of an inside track. I would recommend, as I said a minute ago, applying if you feel you have a strong proposal and a burning passion for it. This will come across in your interview, and you do need to be motivated by a project, because a PhD can be tough at times and require resilience, as I just mentioned. So the DTP have been flexible for those with caring responsibilities previously at events. So for parents, the flexibility of a PhD allows you to work the hours that suit you the best. So having said that, you do need to be staying on track with your progress, so you have to be writing regularly and passing your confirmation registration, etc. However, for instance, I'm part-time and I work less hours over the school holidays due to childcare, and more during term time when my child is at school. So it's actually flexible. You have this inherent flexibility if you have got other commitments. So, for instance, I keep up reading in the summer holidays and then block writing time out for term time when I know I won't be disturbed, so I can really get deeply into the text that I need to be doing. And also, obviously, the stipend and expense funding supports students from working class backgrounds to pursue their research, because it's obviously makes a big difference to get some form of funding, and they do obviously fund you well to go on things like conferences and so forth, which is brilliant. You may well have DTP members at your home institution, so you can keep in touch with them, see them at departmental events, etc. And also, I would recommend keeping up your non-PhD social network. So get diaries, dates and diaries to your friends, things like this, because you can sometimes get really tunnel vision with a PhD, which is often why you're doing it, because you're fascinated by something. But you need to keep in touch with other people and to have balance and so forth in your life, because that's good for, obviously you need to have your social networks, support networks, so keep that up. Also, potentially join a club. So I attend a running club every week. So exercise is great for good mental health and it's very sociable. My supervisor joined a local reading club when she was studying, so it was books not to do with her research, but that's what she did. So these things are really good to do. So there is a sense of community with the DTP. However, obviously keep up your own networks as well, because you'll have those already. So because I come from a working class background, that's been really useful, because my research involves looking into the writing of Ethel Connie Holdsworth, who was a rare example of an early 20th century working class female published author. So my working class background informs my understanding of her work, because she was a weaver in East Lancashire, and my family come from the same area and were also weavers. So my granddad was a weaver all his life in Nelson, which is a town in which she also lived for a long time. So I've got a lived experience via family of what life was like in a northern industrial town during this time. So, and obviously sort of oral transmission via my family of social dynamics, and it's kind of it's embedded, you know, obviously in our family sort of background and so forth. So I come from a council flat background, so single parent family, free school meals, and I have obviously an understanding of issues of home economies, difficulties in working and finding childcare, an understanding of the difficulties facing women like Connie Holdsworth at her time. So she was a social activist and a suffragist and campaigned for women's rights and workers' rights. So, and these activities were very much informed by her working class background. So I feel that my lived experience did give me a really good perspective on my work, and it's why I feel passionate about it. So I would say if you are a mature student with a child, it's more likely that you haven't moved close to your university campus, and you may find that you're less engaged with your home institution because of distance. So I would recommend attending events at your home institution, getting things in the diary, getting yourself some structure, because they often have events. So sometimes maybe we have events at the University of Reading on Teams. So the history and English departments are now conglomerated together, and there's a series of different sort of talks and so forth that you can attend in person or remotely. So that's really good to do. So these are work in progress. It's a work in progress program. So that's one of the things that Reading does that you can do, and put down you're going to attend and get it in the diary. Reading, for instance, I'm sure other universities do this, also does PGR Keep Fit for Your Studies workshop. So they're remote, but you can attend on campus in person, and they're really brilliant, because sometimes doing a PhD it's a lone furrow, which it is because you're doing your own research, which no one else has done before. However, it's brilliant to keep in touch via things like that, and the person at Reading who does it is incredibly positive, and it's brilliant. So any challenges you might have, other people almost certainly have had as well. So it's good to be part of community type networking, things like that your university might do. And so do apply. Make sure you're doing a really good, make sure you've got a brilliant idea, brilliant project, and best wishes. Thank you.